two championships on the line in BYCW Speed Limit 6, featuring the PWF Uprising champion Dalton Skull, the Nemesis James Taylor, and champion Blake Steele.
I know a lot of people get pissed off about it. They don't like where I'm at in this business. I really don't care.
Oh my God, wait a minute. The BYCW World Champion Blake Steele attacking James Taylor before he even makes it to the ring, and Dalton Skull telling James Taylor to watch his back. James Taylor just got took out by Blake Steele.
And true to this event's namesake, we start out with speed with this beautifully applied shoulder grip hammerlock by Blake Steele. Dalton Skull rolls through with a beautiful pin attempt. I would have gone for just a 1 count. The face-off here was fine, but the clothesline follow-up I would have done faster. That needed to be way faster, and that kick needed to be laid in a little bit higher and a little bit deeper as we get ready for our camel clutch position here. But I don't know what we were going for here. I think the arm could have been a little close to the neck on that application as James comes in. James sets up for a clothesline. Good form here. I would have maybe gone a little quicker on it, but it looked good. And we got the follow-up. A little bit more intensity needed, but pretty much this is good for trampoline as we continue the action here. Look at this. Dalton Skull going to run in for a good fire-up sequence with these clotheslines. I would have varied it, but I did like the spiral there. It's like a spiral shoulder attack. That was really cool. The eye poke was a nice counter there. Good scoop slam there. And again, for trampoline, it's really good. Beautiful choice by James to do a double X handle to the outside. I like that. The low blow here was nicely placed. The chair shots were good too.
Section with that steel chair. Jesus Christ! What? Oh my God! That again with another Skull. Also showing love to Sabu, hitting a swanton off Taylor. And now Blake Steele with that. It's got Dalton set up right across the back, and again across the back. Blake to Dalton, and now goddamn, and what a low blow there from Dalton Skull, because these men are going to war at because we're fucking good at it. And a big kick, CW, and Dalton Skull with that hockey stick trying to attempt to not go down, and now hitting us with that hockey stick. Now Dalton Skull taking his opportunity, finally getting James to.
And, you know, again, much praise to the weapons used in this match. I love the use of the hockey stick. And did you guys see that mallet? That had to be the largest mallet I've ever seen used in a match in Yard. I mean, my God, this stalling suplex was phenomenal, by the way. I just wish the setup didn't take as long as it did, but it was worth it. This as we go for the hook on the leg. Beautifully done. Good interruption there. And we get a cutter, and which will be the first of many, which is one of the deductions of this match, is how repeatedly the cutter was used. I don't care if it's someone's finish. That was very nicely done by Dalton Skull. I love that arm breaker. Look at that. Very nice follow-up there. Of course, you know, we're kind of marking out with the spot choices, but that's okay. We're not judging for this particular match on that. This being Tramp. Look at this beautiful DDT right there. Very nicely done. One thing I am going to highlight is you can, for those of us who have experience working in these matches, James is literally carrying this match with his selling. I mean, James's selling is superb. Look at that. Beautiful off that clothesline. This right here, Dalton coming in for a beautiful body attack. Look at that. Very nicely done. Dalton Skull going to come off. I wish James had caught him more flush. But for this entire sequence of getting everybody back in the ring, I like him hoist there. I don't know if this would have been my choice for a spot. If we're going to go through all that, we might as well make it worth it. But if we're going to be sending everybody back in the ring, there was no point in going into a striking spot here. You know, I would have just had alley-ooped him into the ring if that was the whole point, kind of to keep to the speed and pace of this match. You know, but I mean, I'm willing to chuck this up to the fatigue at this point because we've been in this thing for a while. That European uppercut was disastrous. Dalton, you got to go higher. Beautiful headbutt there, follow up. Good chop contact there by Blake. Look at this right here. Another great chop. We go for power palm position, going to the Styles Clash, which is done very nicely here. Very difficult to do on trampoline. You know, you consider trying to keep your footing on trampoline, and for me, who had did it for many years, I can tell you from experience, this is not easy stuff. Another cutter there. Again, I'm deducting for everyone I see. Here we go. Beautiful stomp there. It would have been a little more flush, but I liked it. Very nicely done. That was a double knee strike, not a drop kick. The commentator needs to be very cautious and watch. Look at this elbow drop like a hammer. Dead hammer elbow drop. Go for the cover. Get the shoulder up. These spots are, I mean, the spot choices at this point in the match, I like that they're selling the fatigue. I hate seeing trampoline matches where guys just stop selling fatigue and just try to go for like a spot fest. I like that they took the time, and that was a beautiful elbow to the groin there. I don't know why the commentator thought he was going for the leg. That was flush to the balls. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Getting ready for a beautiful transition into the sharpshooter, and I'm not going to deduct for that right there for trying to post up, because doing those kind of holds on a trampoline is highly difficult. I mean, guys, you have no idea how difficult it is to do trampoline wrestling. Here we go. Beautiful Falcon's arrow there. I wish you'd have got him a little bit more stretch for the shoulder, for shoulder clearance there. That's what that's one thing about, the Falcon's arrow spot that people often gives. We go for the triple sleeper here. Oftentimes people forget that get that shoulder clearance on the sit-out moves, and it's not easy to do, especially on trampoline, so my deductions will not be severe for that. That could have been a little bit more of an intense kicking. I mean, I would have liked to seen, him tag him a little bit more. I mean, you ain't got to go stiff, but make more contact on those. Going for another cutter situation. I'm glad James shoved him off. Good strike right there. Very good on the sell, the fatigue. Beautiful stunner by James. Goes for the cover. Good cut off there by Dalton coming in. Very nicely done, the timing. Another cutter right there. Jesus have mercy. Going forward right there, another cutter. I know they're different spots. I know we're going for like, the twist of fate and, and of course the RKO. God, we're just going to mark out all over the place. But again, beautiful stunner. And believe me, the execution of these cutters and spots were fantastic during this match. I mean, I'm not going to say that they botched anything. It was really good. James is the winner of this match, making him the undisputed champion, which I remember watching on SportsWire, seeing him, in all his glory. I really was happy for James. James is the epitome of, what makes me happy about backyard wrestling, especially being, as we all age, it's good to see that you can get out and still do this kind of thing. And if you want to keep up with the aftermath, as well as the latest in underground and backyard wrestling, tune in to SportsWire Radio's broadcast live on YouTube, featuring the Reverend Tom Bryce along with Taft Taylor. And check out the Nemesis sessions as well, where you can catch all the exclusive interviews with all the wrestlers featured on the Copper Star Reviews. #AllWrestlingMatters.